And you can interact with the speakers at the launch, and you can visit the speakers networking table there. Participants can do video call and see one another, or even you can chat with one another at the launch once again. And we have open 20 tables for networking, so all the participants can take the opportunity to meet, to connect one another. And for any panel discussion, please use the Q&A. Once again, I want to inform you to remember that you have to poll in every session in order to get points. Okay, so we have our first speaker today. So excited. He is the CEO of Infomedia Digital, Tempo Digital, Pak Wahyu Dhyatmika. Halo, selamat pagi Pak Wahyu. Good morning. Okay, before he deliver his speech, I want to introduce Pak Wahyu Dhyatmika. Oh, hai Pak Wahyu, apa kabar?
Halo Melisa, good morning.
Good morning, kabar baik ya Pak?
Kabar baik, terima kasih banyak.
Terima kasih banyak. Tapi tak kenal maka tak sayang. Kalau di Indonesia ada ungkapan tak kenal maka tak sayang, so I want to introduce him to you guys. Pak Wahyu is the Chief Executive Officer or CEO of Tempo Digital. He is responsible for planning and guiding Tempo's digital transformation. He was the editor-in-chief of Tempo Magazine Indonesia until July 2021. And in 2015, he led the Panama Papers reporting in Indonesia. It's the collaborative cross-border investigative project initiated by the International Consortium of Investigative Journalists. Oh, luar biasa sekali Pak Wahyu. Jujur saya salah satu yang baca reportingnya waktu itu, luar biasa sekali.
Thank you, Melissa.
So, tanpa berlama-lama lagi, Pak Wahyu, please welcome. The screen is yours.
Thank you, Melissa. Good morning for all participants. It's a privilege and an honor to share the panels and hopefully share experience, share insights with all of you in the second Digital Media and Publishing Summit. Let me just quickly share my screen so you can see my presentation. Yes, can you see it? Melissa, can you confirm? Okay, so let me first begin with the rule of three, because let me just give you a short three things that really become the context and the background of our changing media landscape this year. Those three backgrounds or those three contexts will then lead to my insights that I want to offer for your discussion later about the three principles that might really influential in our media landscape this year. So why the rule of threes? Because one of my mentors said that our brain is more connected and can digest more if we elaborate things in three sections. There is a long explanation and theoretical explanation behind that, but let's just believe him on this occasion. So this is the first background. This is all we know. We know these facts very well. It's familiar with all of us who are part of the digital ecosystem in the region. Our digital economy expanding. On the right hand side, you can see the facts, the stats from the World Bank showing an ever increasing digital economy. But I would like to draw your attention to the small letters there, that we come to realize that this growing digital economy also bring a more digital divide, with generation gaps, with location gaps, with social economic status gap, And in order to bring more benefit for everyone, we need to fix something in our digital economy. The second context or background for the coming trend in 2022 is this realization that in order to address those gaps, in order to make the digital economy more inclusive, we we cannot not need a reliable information ecosystem. We desperately needs a more robust media landscape. And the graph shows this is become a more pressing needs because the very fast changing media consumption habit in all over the world. People are more and more consuming news from digital and leaving all the other media, all the other medium behind. So it's a pressing needs. We need a better and more robust news and media information ecosystem in order to address the increasing digital divide if we want our digital economy growth more inclusive and more beneficial for all. And this is the third context. We have seen a decline in trust for government and media. And this is just released last week from Edelman Trust Barometer. They have been giving us annual status of trust in different public institutions. And this year, uh, the result was just released last week, showing that the media and government in particular have problems, have trust problem. And as you can see, one of their very important finding is this cycle of distrust will eventually threaten societal stability if we don't address this. So those are the three variables, the three contexts that I think will really determine or really influence what will happen in 2022 in our ever-changing media landscape. So let me just move on to the second part of my opening speech. What are the ways forward? The key, I believe, in addressing this digital divide and trust issues are engagement. We need to create innovations, new methods, new platforms, new ways and programs in order to be able to increase community engagement. How can we involve and invite the public to become a more loyal and uh, participants, interactive participants in our media landscape? The newsrooms, the media publishing houses needs to be more transparent, and we also have to create ways for the public to be able to directly report information. Direct publishing in different chat application will be the new trend in this 2022. Let me just elaborate some of those trends. First, I think fact checking is becoming more and more important nowadays. And this is in line with the number one anxiety among public nowadays, which is the threat of misinformation and disinformation or hoax. The media can serve the public better if they can provide a better and faster fact-checking content. And in order to do that, we also need to involve the public in collaborating with the media, with newsrooms across the region, so that the media and the public work hand in hand to address this misinformation and disinformation problem. That will, I believe, enable a robust, more robust and solid information ecosystem that we talk about in the first part. And being part of the media myself, I believe it's time the media also create independent network among themselves, find like-minded publishers, and create networks that can also collaborate between themselves in order to better serve the public and become um, uh, the publishing that the netizen and the public needs. And I think that's something that is really going to be important in these coming years. And let me just give you several examples of what has been done. This is a dashboard from IFCN, the International Fact Checking Networks. During the pandemic, they created this dashboard involving more than 100 media in 70 countries, inviting them to contribute to this database of misinformation around the pandemic. This is an example of how the public really shows, how the media really, serve the public in this very important issue. And this is just one example. In Indonesia, we created checkfacta.com back in 2018, and it's a collaboration of more than a dozen media working hand in hand in producing fact-checking content. And this is in relation to the last 2019 election. The collaboration is still alive today and are gearing up towards the 2024 election in Indonesia with the support of technology platform like Google. And we can also share some of the uh, programs that we did within the collaborative project. We share content. We also produce live event, fact checking during the presidential debate or during the election debate, and also produce social media content out of our uh, fact checking. So it's become a really uh, collaborative project. It involves everyone in the media, and it shows the public, more importantly, it shows the public that the media serve their interests. The media realize and understand what the public needs and engage with the public so that that common threat can be addressed together with the public. So I think that's some of the best example of what we can do moving forward. And I believe this is the trend that moving in 2022 will really determine how the media can serve the public better. Engagement, how to create ways and platform for the community to engage. Membership project or engaged journalism is part of that. And secondly, direct publishing. How can we in the media landscape create platforms and ways so that the public can also directly report things? There are several innovation in that regards already flourishing in the region. And also the third part is how can we create transparency uh, so that there's no suspicion between media and the public, because it's suddenly two side of the coin. The media can only flourish, can only be better, can only be relevant if it serves the public. The business model around that has also evolved, and there's a lot of innovation on how to make public service in the media, and also revenue streams for the media in this digital age can work in line, can align with each other. And I believe we will see a lot of new innovation moving forward in 2022. So I guess that's all I can share for this opening session of this digital media publishing summit. Hopefully, we'll have a fruitful discussion with all of you, and this hopefully will give us insights, give us ideas, give us inspiration moving forward in this very challenging year. Thank you so much. Back to you, Melissa.